Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Another day, another video. This is Nayna, and today we are in for something interesting. This is 5:20 in the morning right now, and I'm up and I'm ready, as you can see, to paint the town red. Actually, let's go. I'm out and about. So today we are exploring Territy Bazaar, which is in Tangra or Chinatown in Kolkata, where you get the most authentic and cheapest Chinese breakfast ever. So I don't know if they still do it ever since the lockdown rules has kind of ceased or eased down. I don't know if they are still there or if there are fewer stalls or anything. I've never been there, always been fascinated about it. So yeah, we'll find out.
Rain-soaked mornings, cloudy sky, and I think of you in my mind. How complete would this picture be with you by my side? Excited with blood rushing, delusional, but who's gushing? Modesty? Fuck that. And we're both cussing curse words and put our differences aside. Here's a side note to what I'm spitting, because you must be thinking, oh, there you go. You wrote a little poem, Nana. How cute. But I ain't here to be cute. I feel like a deaf and a mute, so I'm here to express, not impress. These thoughts in my head I address, dress up and show up in front of you and let you know. I had a dream, y'all, not very long ago, that I suppressed and suppressed to make something of myself. But that shit only got me depressed. So I said goodbye to a home that never was. Didn't come back for 6 years because does anybody wants me back? But of course there was. My mom standing strong, coming along wherever I went, making sure there was enough rice for the whole year to suffice. And I sufficed, I survived, I stayed up all those nights while she was waiting for me on the night of Nobumi, checking every door knock, asking, is Nana home? I made it back home only late at night. The day was gone and night wasn't long. And as I laid in the bed that night, I asked myself, is it all worth it? They told me in Mumbai, Navratri seems more fit. And they celebrate for 10 days, isn't it? Calm down. That was 3 years ago, and for the next 2 years, I was still a working hoe. And then what? You thinking 2020 happened and the virus changed my life, turned it upside down, threw me into the mixer ground and spinned me around? Well, not quite. So the first half of lockdown, I was doing fine. I was flying solo and I was riding high. And then one fine day, this thought came to my mind. What if the aliens arrived and they find me alive and think it's easy to abduct me because I leave no traces behind? Would anybody look me up? Anybody try to find? You see, I was thinking about life and death a lot, as was everyone else on the planet. I took a moment to understand my purpose and my talent. And I remembered I had a dream once, not very long ago. And I don't know how to make it happen yet, but I know which way to go. So I took the road not taken and I feel fucking alone. They say listen to it, your soul is your mother boat. And no one can take that away from you. Yes, you had a dream too once, didn't you? Walking towards the Chinese breakfast market or Territy Bazaar. As you can see, the vegetable shops are already setting up and it's a kind of a cloudy kind of day. For last few days, it's been raining persistently here in Kolkata. Even though vegetable vendors are opening up their stalls, there's still no sign of Chinese breakfast anywhere. Maybe they haven't started putting up stalls yet after the COVID lockdown. But then, finally, okay, now in retrospect, the mask situation isn't really at its best. But steaming hot dumplings, yay! What better breakfast? I think it comes in fish, prawns, pork, and chicken. Alright, eating spicy food first thing in the morning isn't really the greatest idea, guys. The chili sauce got me, and the little girl crying describes my emotion perfectly. This gentleman over here who's just setting up his shop was selling frozen meatballs and prawn chips. I'm guessing similar frozen meatballs is used to make the dumplings because the textures seem quite similar.
All the dustbins in the world, and yet.
Steaming hot bao stuffed with minced meat and egg. This whole thing is transporting me to a Japanese anime for some reason. This lady was selling handmade noodles in bulk. Again, if I had a cooking setup, this would come so handy preparing a meal quickly. I was very curious about this right here that this woman is selling in water bottles. It looks like seaweed soaked in some liquid. I'm not really sure. And the other thing right beside it, that looks like overgrown sprouts, but not quite. I wanted to ask her, but I guess I just didn't want to bother her and ultimately not buy anything.
Nora, this is like candy.
It's just sweet and sour time pass.
Oh, okay.
As more and more stalls opened up, I spotted a huge variety of things. Alright, so this stall is run by this two-woman team. They were selling almost everything you can find there, and when I say they were working constantly, juggling between taking orders and cooking or frying up things, I mean it. They are such a hard-working duo, and I am really inspired by them. Oh, and also, their shop is probably the only shop who makes handmade chicken sausages. Homemade tofu. Now, as I was moving on to the next stall to eat more, I noticed the sky dark with clouds, and the fact that it can start raining at any moment was apparent. I spotted this shop right in the middle of the market, Pohing. Sorry if I'm messing up the pronunciation. And I had to go in.
Hi guys, so I'm in this shop in Chinatown where you can buy various kind of condiments and sauces and all those good things. But what has caught my eyes are the seasoning. It's amazing. It's out of my mind. They have got cheese seasoning and all these kind of stuff, which is like my favorite because I need seasoning every time I eat something. So I'm just gonna show you everything that they've got. It's amazing. So these are the seasonings I was talking about. They've got all these herbs in powder form or like in seasoning form. And this is cheese seasoning. This is so wild. This is what you get on popcorns and things like that. And here are some sauces. This is interesting. They have a black pepper sauce and hoisin sauce and chili bean sauce. I guess you can use it in curries and stuff like that. They've got those soup stuff that makes great soup and all of that, freshly grounded pepper and all this stuff. And here's the interesting part: chili oil and sesame oil in every Chinese cooking. It's like a must, and it's an amazing dressing as well. Okay, oyster sauce and all the other stuff that you need to make a good Chinese meal. This is rice wine.
Yeah, right.
Okay, this is how rice wine looks like. Obviously, I have no idea. And what is this thing?
Cooking vinegar.
Cooking vinegar. Okay. Oh, here we have some chopsticks. It's so pretty. Mushrooms, wild ones, I guess. Some more sauces. Some squash juice kind of things. More sauce. Kashonli, every Bengali's meat. And canned products. And some more noodles and stuff.
By the time I was done, it had started raining cats and dogs. So I had to wait some more. But luckily, I met some adorable people in the shop.
ঠান্ডা জলে
ঠান্ডা জলে ভিজে রাখ
ভিজিয়ে রাখবে, যেমনি চাউমিন বানাও সেম।
भिगा के रखिएगा और सब्जी आप स्टर फ्राई करो और ये सब्जी में डाल दो बस
And I was thoroughly entertained chatting with them.
ঠান্ডা জলে
The moment the rain slowed down, I rushed to the shop to have some meatball soup because it's perfect, right? Rain and some soup. And look at me sitting inside the shop, protected under whatever this is. Once I was done eating breakfast, I decided to walk around a little bit, enjoy the vibe of old Calcutta while I was there. But fate had decided something else. It started raining again and it was pouring really hard. So I waited in this dhaba and of course I had another cup of tea because I'm a chai addict. I could get strong notes of, long and cardamom, and even though I'm more of a adrak chai kind of girl, I loved this tea. It was just okay. Thank God for this oddly placed rear view mirror in this dhaba for some reason. So what I was retrospecting about is that I just realized it's around 8:30 a.m. and I have done way more in the last 2-3 hours than I usually do in the entire day. I mean, when you wake up in the morning, time somehow goes slower or something happens and you can get a lot done. You can do a bunch of things. Like these people right here in the tea shop, they I think have completed at least 75 to 80% of their work for the day, and they have gathered here at around 8:30 to discuss about how everything went. I mean, their job is already done, like almost done, and they are talking about it at 8:30 in the morning. And if it was some other day, I would still be sleeping. I'd still be sleeping till who knows, till 10, and I wouldn't even know that a lot of people have already lived so much. So basically what I'm saying is people who wake up early in the morning lives way more than people like me, or even you, if it applies on you, who wake up very late in the morning.
Alright guys, so I'm back home, and even though it rained a lot, I had a lot of fun. In fact, the rain might have been like a boon itself, because I got to interact with a lot of people, and they were lovely people, and I chatted with them about so many things, about the Chinese New Year and what happens during that time in Tangra in Chinatown. So it was really fun, interacting with actual people post coronavirus, because I might have forgotten what that feels like. I did not end up eating a whole bunch of stuff, but I did bring back a few things that I plan to eat throughout the day. So I'll just show you glimpses of whatever I got as I eat them. Looks pretty dope, right? This is a bao. It has egg and other kind of stuffing inside it. This is sticky rice. I haven't opened it yet. Some sauce, some minced meat, sausages, and one patty. So yeah, scrumptious. Let me try this sausage first. Pretty delicious. Now I'm going to try the bao. The meat has kind of fallen out of the bao. I'm going to try that, the stuffing. Really good. I'll just rip apart the bao, and this is how it looks. This bao is mild tasting, but really good. Kind of difficult to do with one hand.
This is how the sticky rice looks like.
I feel like it's the same kind of stuffing. I'll just take a little bit of sauce and try it. Not bad at all. Again, very mild tasting. I quite like it actually. I quite like the texture. Now you can sort of see the pork stuffing in here. Yeah. These are some other things that I got. There's a prawn pickle and some paprika sprinkles. This prawn pickle was for, I think, $150. It's handmade and beautiful looking. It's evening now and I'm still eating. I mean, not continuously. Obviously, I stopped eating in the middle and then now I'm eating again. So yeah, I just want to say that I tried the prawn pickle and it's amazing. I took a little bit of prawn pickle and put it in my soup that I made, normal Nor soup, and the taste has just elevated. And it's going pretty well with the other stuff. And it's just so much food. Like, I'm eating and I'm getting stuffed and I'm then keeping it and I'm eating again. And it's delicious every time and it hasn't spoiled in the duration. Maybe because it's a cooler day, I don't have a fridge, I just stored it just like that. And it's perfect and it's delicious. And yeah, amazing. Today was an amazing day food-wise.